this is Jazz Gaming here. Welcome back to MotoGP 17. And where has this game been? Why have I not recorded it? Well, there's been some problems. I've not recorded it for a week. I really do apologise. I'm not going to really talk about last week of why I didn't record it. Yeah, I just didn't record it last week. Yeah, I just didn't record it. So we're back, and yeah, hopefully we'll get into a fresh week. It is now the holidays. I've got no college anymore now till next year, so I've got plenty of time. And yeah, we're back, and today we are going to be doing a funny moments video of helmet camera career. So basically, so a week ago I did my review of helmet camera. If you did see that video, it was quite a long video, and in that video I went through the whole review of my helmet camera career season. So yeah, now I'm going to be doing a funny moments video now, basically of what I like about helmet camera and what was funny in it. And then from next week, I'm going to be doing a funniest moments video, which is going to be the same as funny, but it's going to be a little bit different, where I'll be explaining a little bit more about what was the funniest in the season. And then we're going to do two more videos after that. One video is going to be about the style, and one video is going to be about I think I said the length or something, like the goodness or something. I can't remember what the other one were. And then when we've done that video, that'll be it, and then we'll be starting season 2. So yeah, that's kind of the way how it works basically. And then yeah, and then after that, we'll be starting season number 2. So and obviously that'll be on the Aprilia. So yeah, make sure you stick around for that. So yeah, we're going to be doing 2 races for this funny moments video. We play on 25 because that's what we did this season on, and obviously that'll be in every season. And yeah, we're using the Yamaha because that was the bike that we used in the season. And by the way, while we're racing, I won't be in the helmet camera career view, just because it's going to be a little bit difficult of me talking at the same time. So I'll basically just be playing in my normal view for when I do races. So we're doing Spielberg and Bruno. The thumbnail will be on Bruno when I do obviously the thumbnail. But yeah, we're doing Spielberg and then we're doing Bruno after. Okay, right then, let's get underway. So basically in the video, I'm going to be going through all the funny moments from every single part that I really enjoyed, from like order and stuff like that. So yeah, let's just get underway. So basically, moment number 1 that I liked is so yeah, let's go start with part 1. So in part 1 was called "This Is Very Hard." So I think the best thing I loved about that funny moment is the crashing. I think I did crash a lot in that part. As I said, I haven't actually watched it back, so I don't know what happened. But I think in that part video, I think I was crashing a lot. Yeah, I think I was crashing a lot. I think that's what happened in that part. And yeah, basically the crashing's got to be the most funniest I liked. And I was basically just crashing in that. And yeah, I think I was just crashing, and it was not very good for me. And that's the thing I loved about it, because the crashing was like the most important thing I loved about helmet camera. So obviously I was like playing in a different view. Yeah, I was like playing in a different view, and I kind of really liked it. So I think that was really good. And basically I just loved crashing, and I know it was very like difficult for me because it was the first race. But yeah, overall it was very good, and I loved crashing. And well, I probably say that, and then I won't, and then I don't like crashing, but like it was alright anyway. Basically, like the crashing strategy was alright and then not alright and stuff, but yeah, I think the crashing was probably very good. So that's technically episode number 1. And then episode 2 was called I Suck at Crashing. Was episode number 2. So the funniest moment I liked in that part, I think probably the crashing again. I don't think there's anything else I loved in that part apart from just the crashing. Um, Obviously, that's why I called it I Suck at Crashing, because basically I just crashed all the time. Um, and also, I think I was like bumping into AIs a lot as well, and like crashing them as well. I think that's what I loved as well. Because yeah, if you've not seen my early on helmet camera crew videos, yeah, I used to crash a lot of people. I used to basically crash a lot of the riders, and I used to get used to it and stuff, and it was very difficult and all that. And yeah, basically it was just like very difficult. Like I was struggling. Um, I didn't know what I was doing, and then for some reason I just didn't go very well. So I think probably the crashing's got to be the thing I loved in that part, because I think less crashing in that part of the video more than part number one. Um, but yeah, I think crashing's got to be the best part. I loved about episode number two. I don't really know exactly because I haven't watched it back in a little while. But yeah, I think that's what happens in that part video. I think I basically just like crashed myself, and it just didn't go very well, I guess. And yeah, it just didn't go very well. So yeah, that's basically that one. And then the next one is called This Is Very Hard. So the funniest moment I loved in that part was basically me struggling, because I started very struggling, basically. Yeah, I started struggling. So I was doing Circuit of the Americas. That's the track I was doing in that part video. Yeah, because the thing about Circuit of the Americas is it's one of them sort of twisted tracks, basically, where it's got like loads of corners and stuff, and it's one of them twisty ones. And for some reason, I started struggling on that, basically on that track. Because that's the problem with Circuit of the Americas, because like it's a very long track, and it's very difficult. Basically, it's a very difficult track, and I started really struggling on it. So that's got to be the most funniest part I loved about that one. Is like I was starting to struggle, and like I know it's not really funny, but like it was funny watching it back, because like me like doing the commentary over it, saying that I'm like struggling and all that kind of thing, and like I know listening to my voice back is a little bit hilarious, but like I just got to think it's funny, because like obviously me struggling in that kind of way is just like where's it going, or something like that. So yeah, that's got to be the most important part about that one, really, is me just struggling and not just moving, I guess, and just not doing very well. I think so. Yeah, that's probably got to be the most funniest part of that one. Next one is episode number 4. I don't think there's really a funny part in this one, really. I know the title's called I won at Jerez in Spain. I don't think there's really a funny part in this one. I don't think there is really. I think in that part video I was like bumping the AIs out the way. I think that's got to be the most funniest part. And I know that I did like it how the AIs just crashed when I bumped into them as well. So I think that's what I did in that part video. I think I was like just bumping AIs out the way, possibly. I think that's got to be the most important thing I loved about that part video. Yeah, I think it's just got to be that, really. And then apart from that winning as well, it's just like, that's not really funny, really, because I won, didn't I? So, yeah. Like, I got to say that that's not funny, but like it's still pretty good on my cards anyway for me winning. So, yeah, I got to say that was still good, and like I still won. So yeah, that was pretty good. Anyway, right then, moving on to the next part. This one was a bit of an interesting one, because I called it an interesting title. I called this one very easy wet conditions. This part. I don't think there's really any funny parts in this one, to be honest. I don't think there really is. Apart from that, like it was raining, and obviously me and rain is not good in bike games. I think I've probably got to say the rain, because like I know that like rain conditions is like like, I know it's not difficult for me, because obviously I've been in the rain a lot of times in MotoGP games and stuff like that. But obviously I know that in MotoGP 18 and MotoGP 19 it's like it's real rain, but in this MotoGP it's not real rain. So yeah, I actually don't know. Like, obviously rain, like, for me is not interesting for me. Like, obviously rain is not bad for me, but I gotta say on my cards that I don't think there's really a funny moment in this one, really. Apart from that the rain was okay. Like, obviously I did have a good result and stuff. It weren't too difficult. Um, but yeah, I've got to say that. I've got to say that the rain is probably going to be it was actually a bit funny of me struggling in the rain. I got to say, because obviously like if it's like the heavy rain condition, like that was me struggling, but it was like only light rain. So like me and light rain have different confidence, but I've got to say it was probably a little bit funny of me struggling in the rain. I've got to say, um, but overall I don't think I was that struggling. So yeah, that part really is not technically funny, but I think the most is probably me just, I don't know, probably just struggling, I guess. That's probably got to be that one. So yeah, that was that one. And the next one is, I love this one. So this part was called Going on the Curves. So in this part video, this one was at, I think it was at Catalonia, I think this one, I was at Magellan. I can't remember where it were. But in this part, this bit's funny. So basically, I called the title that I was struggling on the curves. Basically, so if you don't know what curves are, it's basically the thing around the edges. Basically, yeah, do you know them around the edges? I was struggling on them, and the funniest part I loved about this episode is basically me struggling on them and kept going on them all the time, because the most important thing I don't like about them is basically when you struggle on them, because obviously when you have a nasty crash on them or something like that, I basically just don't like it, and that actually made me funny because I really enjoyed it, of me going on them curves, because like it was funny because like I loved it how I was like struggling on them and stuff like that, and me just like laughing my head off and stuff, because I did actually watch that video bike, and yeah, I did actually watch that video bike, and yeah, I basically laughed at myself basically, because it was very funny, and I kind of just really enjoyed like myself laughing basically, because it was very funny, and I just really enjoyed myself in that. And yeah, it was just pretty good of me. Basically, just kept going on them all the time and stuff like that, and like at the moment, like it wasn't very good for me. But yeah, basically, me with that sort of confidence is pretty much alright at the moment, and like at the moment for me about that is not as great, but like me with confidence situations actually not too bad anyway. So like I know that I'm not that bad on it. But like basically it's not too bad of me going on curves or anything. But overall, I got to say the curves has probably got to be the interesting thing about that one. But yeah, curves has got to be like the bad sort of thing. Anyway, right, moving on to the next one. The next one's pretty an interesting episode. So I was on about Jorge Lorenzo in this episode. This one is at yeah, this one's I think Catalonia. This one, and I was going on about Jorge Lorenzo in this episode because because Jorge Lorenzo was having some technical problems. I actually can't remember what actually happened in the video, but basically Lorenzo was like having some technical problems with himself. Like obviously, I think like he had a massive crash, and I think he ended like at the back of the grid or something like that. I'm not sure what happens. So I think the funniest thing I like about this episode is probably Jorge Lorenzo, because Lorenzo was struggling, and basically he was I think he was just struggling really, and yeah, he was basically just like struggling on the track. I think that's what we're going on in that video, and yeah, he was just struggling, I think. that's kind of it, that one. Moving on to the next one. This one's an interesting one. So I had a Yamaha slip up in this episode. So yeah, this one's a pretty interesting one. So I had a Yamaha slip up. And what I mean by Yamaha slip up is I mean by that I was struggling. So basically what happened is I had a nasty crash, and I went on the curb and I was struggling back then. So the most funniest part I love about this episode is me slipping on the curve. Basically, I just love that part. Yeah, me just like slipping on the curve and then not doing anything. That's what I just love about that part. Yeah, basically me just slipping on the curve and then ending. I'm actually not sure where I actually ended in that video. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, I actually can't remember where I ended in that video. But yeah, basically I very struggled on that track, and I had a poor result, and it was not very good for me. So yeah, it was not very good. Anyway, next one. The next one's something to do with qualifying. Now, basically, I still had qualifying on, basically, in about halfway through the season. I still had qualifying on. So basically, this episode's all about qualifying. So I was quite struggling in qualifying. Well, not too bad in qualifying. So, yeah. So the funniest part I love about this episode is probably qualifying, because I was very struggling in qualifying. Obviously, I weren't getting the result that I wanted, and basically in the race I was very struggling on command qualifying. And yeah, basically I was very struggling in qualifying, and it basically just didn't go very well. I was basically just struggling in qualifying, yeah, it just didn't go very well, basically. I was struggling qualifying, didn't know what to do, and yeah, that's mainly it at that episode, really. Yeah, I was just struggling in qualifying, and yeah, just struggling, I think. So yeah, that's what happened in that episode. Okay, so the next one is all about Spielberg. So basically, if you don't know, Spielberg was actually added first time in this game. So basically, this MotoGP that I'm playing right now, Spielberg was actually the first time that they actually added it into the track limit. Basically, I know that I've actually heard that next year they are going to be getting a new track again. I've actually not heard of what track they're going to be getting next year, but apparently I've actually heard that they are getting a new track, but I'm not sure what track it is yet. I don't know. I'll have to let you know in another video at some point. But yeah, Spielberg, yeah, they actually added it into the 2017 MotoGP game, and this was actually I think my first ever time racing on it. I think it were anyway, or I might have been on it. I might have been on it before that anyway. But yeah, basically Spielberg, me and Spielberg don't have different opinions, basically, because me and Spielberg are not good. Like, obviously, I don't like the track. It's one of them sort of tracks where I just don't like, basically, because it's one of them interesting tracks where, like, it's short, like the corners are not good and stuff like that, and me and Spielberg are not friends at the moment, and I just don't like it. So the funniest part of this one is it's got to be Spielberg, because basically Spielberg is not that track for me, and obviously me and Spielberg are not friends at the moment, and I just struggle on that track. I know that I might have had a few wins on it, but like I struggle on it. Like, basically me and Spielberg are not that type of brand at the moment. Like, obviously we can't work together, we can't like see each other and stuff like that. Like, we can't win against each other, and yeah, I just don't like it. I just don't like Spielberg, and it's just not a good track, and I just don't like it. So yeah, I just don't like Spielberg. Alright, the next one is Silverstone, and this is a bit of an interesting episode. So this episode's a bit of a different one. So I was having some lag issues, by the way. So I was at Silverstone, by the way, and I was having some lag issues. I'm not sure what lag it is. I'm not totally sure what it were. But yeah, I was having some lag problems. So what was going on is basically my recorder, my Xbox Stream recorder that I record my videos on, it was going very laggy. So I don't know what was going on with it. I tried like doing the quality, I tried doing all of that and stuff, and it still didn't work. So it must have been the Xbox app that might have been causing the problem, because I know that the Xbox app does sometimes like have lots of lag sometimes, and it still doesn't work and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of that. So the funniest part I love about this one is probably the lag, because I hate lag, basically. I absolutely hate it. And I know that I do find it funny, and I don't find it funny, but yeah, the lag's got to be the funniest part, because I really hate lag. And obviously when I'm like playing a game or anything like that, when you get lag problems, it's not good, basically, especially if I'm recording a video as well, and I do get lag in the game. It's not good, basically. Yeah, go back to me in about 2017, 2016, when my internet was not good and my videos kept lagging and I had to stop streaming. So yeah, go back to then. But yeah, I just don't like lag, basically. It's just not my thing, and it's just not good, and I absolutely hate it. So yeah, me and lag are not in common at all. Alright, moving on to the next one. So the next episode's pretty an interesting one. So this is the time where I wasn't doing qualifying. So I was turning qualifying 2 off and just doing qualifying, just doing qualifying 2. So basically, I was doing qualifying number 2, but not doing qualifying 1. So what was going on here is I was starting from 12th on the grid, basically, for I think about like 3 rounds or something. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, I was actually starting from 12th place for about 3 races, and I think it went okay. Well, obviously I wasn't struggling as much, because I know that I did start getting a little bit better. So I think the funniest part I like about this one is probably me struggling in 12th, I think. Obviously I wasn't struggling as bad in 12th place. Obviously I wasn't struggling that bad. But yeah, me and 12th place are pretty much common, really. Yeah, I think it's probably just got to be like 12th, maybe, that was causing the problem, but yeah, I think me and 12th are pretty much alright with each other. Yeah, I think it's just probably just me and 12th that are just struggling, really. Yeah, just me and 12th, I guess, are just pretty much the command. So I think that's what we're going on in that episode. Next one is interesting as well. So in this episode, I was slipping and sliding everywhere. So what we're going on is in the race, I was sliding everywhere, and not knowing where I was going. So basically, I think I was like going like side to side and that when I was like overtaking riders and stuff. I think that's what we're going on. I can't actually remember. So I think the funniest part I love about this episode is probably the sliding. It's probably the sliding, basically, and I think it's like sideways sliding. I think that's what we're going on. Like I was sliding into riders, knocking them over and stuff. I think that's what we're going on. And yeah, basically I was not doing very good. I was just like sliding everywhere in every video. In that video. And yeah, it basically just didn't go very well. So I think the funniest part about this one is probably the sliding that I didn't do great. And yeah, the sliding's just got to be like the worst issue, basically, that I do like about this episode, I think. So yeah, I think that's what I've got to say about that one. Next one is, this one is an interesting one as well. I had an accident. So basically I was doing, I think it was it Mazzano? I think it's Mazzano. Oh no, it was hang on, Motegi, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Motegi. So what happened in this one is I had an accident. So I can't remember what actually happened. I think I was like on the curb and I think I crashed or something. I can't remember, and I just called it accident because I just thought that was a good name for it. So I think the funniest part about this episode is probably the accident that I had, because obviously the accident didn't go that great. Obviously I was going absolutely everywhere and stuff and just wasn't taking the time, and I think the curve just absolutely caused me, and yeah, I just had a massive accident and it didn't go very well. And yeah, the accident just like paid my bill, I guess. And yeah, it just didn't go very well. I was just having some cruise time basically, and it just didn't go very well. And yeah, the accident was really causing me problems as well. So that's kind of another reason why. But yeah, funniest part's got to be the accident that I had. Yeah, when I rejoined the race, I was like really. I believe I crashed in the lead, so I think when I rejoined, I think I was still in the lead, so I think I actually still won in the end. So it wasn't too bad, but I'm actually glad that I didn't actually crash like early on in the race, because otherwise, if I did, that would have caused me problems really. But apart from that, I've not struggled completely, so yeah, that's pretty much alright anyway. So yeah, that's fine with that one. Anyway, right, next episode is, this one's an interesting one. So I had a four-way battle, basically. So it was Maverick Vinales, Rossi and Marquez, I think it was. Or was it Vinales and Marquez? I can't remember exactly. But yeah, basically I had a four-way battle with Vinales, Marquez. I think it was Rossi. Yeah, it must have been Rossi as well. So yeah, basically I had a battle in this episode, and the battle went pretty much okay. I think it went like right to the end of the race until I won, basically right at the end. And I came overall champion. So the funniest part about this episode is probably the battling. Like obviously the battling went all the way to the end, and I just thought it was just funny. Basically, I was battling right at the end, and it went very well. Basically, I just thought the battling was very good, and stuff like that, and I just thought it was a good battle. So yeah, I really enjoyed doing that. I think that was pretty good, and yeah, the battling was was very good. Like until we got right to the end anyway, the battling were very good. And yeah, I got to say the battling's probably got to be the most favourite part I like. But yeah, apart from that, the battling was was very good and stuff like that, and yeah, it was very good. So yeah, I got to say that the battling was very good, and like it wasn't that interesting though with the battling, especially like I won at the end. But the battling was still very good anyway. So that was all right. Next episode's a pretty interesting one as well. So coming towards the end is the next episode. So yeah, basically we were coming towards the end because also there was a big gap between this episode as well, because this is when I had like a massive long break before I actually came back, and this is actually when I actually came back, basically, because I recorded it in like a while. So I said in that video that I was coming towards the end of it, and I actually was. So I think well, I know that I did have a crash, so I think probably crashing's got to be the most important part about this episode. It's probably just like more crashing, probably. Yeah, I think just like probably just more crashing, probably. That I just like about that one, possibly. And the next one after that is called End of My Season. Basically, I just end the entire season, and yeah, I think the funniest part about that is me just ending the season on a higher note, and that's kind of it. And that's technically all the funny moments, really. I think all the last parts I didn't really crash on them really, and there's not really any funny parts about the other episodes. So I think for all the other ones, I just really enjoyed them. Like all of the other ones weren't funny because just because like I won them all and it was just easy. So I think, to be honest with you, like all of them were just good anyway. So I don't think there was any funny parts about them episodes. So there we are. So that was my video of funny moments of helmet camera career. So some of the moments weren't that great. I know that obviously like some of the funny moments were like funny and some of them weren't funny and that, but like overall some of the funny moments were great and stuff, and some of them were like alright in one sort of way and stuff, and some of them were alright, but like overall I think some of the funny moments were very, very good and stuff, and some of them were alright, but um yeah, I got to say that some of the funny moments were very, very good and stuff, and like I know that all of them weren't funny in the end, but yeah, some of them were very, very good, and some of them were most important funny parts that I really, really enjoyed about me during that season. So yeah, so next week I'm going to do a funniest moments, which is going to be a little bit different, but I'm going to be like going through the videos of kind of how I liked them. So that'll be next video. And then, as I said, I'm going to do 2 more videos after that, and then we're going to be starting season 2, by the way, which is going to be on the Aprilia, as I mentioned at the start of the video. So yeah, make sure you stick around for that. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. So there'll be more of these funny moment videos coming up. I know that I don't do them regularly, but I do them kind of occasionally. If you can remember, I did do an AR career one. If you can remember that one. Yeah, I will try and do more of them. But yeah, that'll be like future sometime or something like that. I will try and do more of them. But yeah, what's kind of say about that anyway. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this one anyway. So yeah, give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. And also, I need to apologise again that this game hasn't been on in a week. But yeah, as I said, I'm not going to talk about it. But yeah, it's now back and hopefully it will be on every week now. And as I said, I don't have college no more anyway now, so I've got plenty of time to record this game on a Monday and on a Thursday. So let's kind of see what happens during the week. But hopefully, I should hopefully get a video out every Monday and Thursday on this game now from good week. So yeah, hopefully that will happen. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. So yeah, don't forget 4 videos on today, and we've got 3 videos after this one. So guys, have enjoyed this funny moments video of helmet camera career. So thank you for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye.